Good morning, my dear students. How are you? I think all is safe at home. Today, we will discuss first lesson in your textbook. Actually, in ninth class, according to state syllabus textbook, there is nearly 24 lessons will be there. But in my concern, this time, no such like lessons. It will be reduced. And another thing is that there is two papers will be there in your textbook. Two papers. Paper 1 from 11 up to 1 to 11 lessons. Paper 2 12 to 24 lessons. Okay, in this time, not such much more lessons will be. Very less reduced lessons will be there. So I'm not waste my time. So here we will learn first lesson from this social textbook, that is our earth. What is that? Our earth. So the earth, the word actually derived from English word earth. Actually, the word derived from the English word earth. Earth. Earth means ground, soil, dry land. Earth means ground, soil, dry land. So from this the earth is derived from. This is a English word. Actually, English word this is. From this, Latin and English mixed word. From this, it was derived. So it has multiple meanings, multiple words in Telugu and Sanskrit. Those are we know: Bhumi, Prithvi, Avani, Dharani. Such like so many multiple words are there about this earth. Okay, so now this earth, one of the planets in the solar system, it is third planet which we are living. It is a very unique planet. Why? Because remaining planets there is no living beings. When compared to Earth, remaining planets there is no living beings. So what is the Earth will live? That is, human beings are main persons are there in this Earth. In this Earth, from small organism to a biggest organisms, living organisms are there. So many different living beings are there on the earth. Plus all these living beings, human beings are different. Why different? Human beings always try to do something. They think they wanted to see the changes on the earth. They wanted to see somewhat changes in their life. In this process, always they think different ways on the earth. When they are living on the earth, they are thinking that all the things about earth, they wanted to understand what will be there on the earth, what will be there on the earth. And their activities, with different activities, when you compare to other animals, other living organisms, these activities, human activities are different. So they wanted to use whatever required. They are difficult, they are different, they are thinking people, they are different. They will speak, they will talk. They will move whatever everything is unique characters are there for these human beings. So such like human beings on the earth, what they have done, what they have observed, what they have experiments, what experiments they have done. These everything will be we can see by the human beings on the earth. Okay, and what the earth is a storehouse of so many resources. They came to know earth is a storehouse of so many resources, different resources we can get from the earth. Those are minerals, whatever, so many different minerals, metallic minerals, non-metallic minerals. Not only that, air, water, weather, everything is will be there on the earth, and they wanted to do experiments on this. But human beings, how they have changed, how their attitude was changed. Their attitude changed. First, they used very slowly on the earth resources. Later, they started to exploited whatever required. They used very high level. They exploited very highly. They exploited. They started exploitations and total whatever resources are there they used and these how they used totally they bring an earth and total environment as a crisis, environmental crisis. Why? Because the fellow human beings what they have done, they used totally damaged our earth, totally they are damaged more than required. They have used more than requirement, they used everything. So totally what they have, they spoil our environment, they spoiled more than required, they polluted everything. That is called environmental crisis. They have done mainly environmental crisis. Environmental crisis. Totally they have created environmental crisis. This was done mainly because of human beings. Global warming, increasing of temperature on the earth, that is called global warming. They have created global warming. Poisonous gases, because of using of vehicles, different vehicles, they have given lot of burden on the earth. They have used whatever resources available from the earth, everything they have taken here, and they build a new understanding of the earth, everything they have done. So about earth, we have studied different kinds of landforms, different types of everything, latitudes and longitudes, whatever we have discussed in 7th class and 8th class. Okay, in the 8th class we have discussed forest, soil, and different forest, how did they use the forest lands, and about soil, water, minerals, different things we have discussed. So in this chapter we will discuss about how this earth was came, and what about internal structure of the earth, how earth was used by present human beings. So which is earth, how it is, what about total information, total internal structures, everything about earth will discuss. So here first we will discuss about our universe, the sun and the earth. Our universe, the sun and the earth. Our universe, the sun and the earth we will discuss now. Okay, here our universe. We know our universe, totally solar system is there. Okay, solar system, stars, planets, sun, and whatever different asteroids, these are all the things we can say universe. So this universe, when the human beings are arrived on the earth for thousands of years, human beings have been observed in the sky. They observed everything in the sky. What is going on in the sky? Sometimes light is there, sometimes darkness is there, sometimes darkness, sometimes light. Sometimes some green type lights are appearing on the earth in the night time, and one of the moon round the same moon is coming in the night time. That is only appearing 15 days. After 15 days, some 15 days it will not be there. And but one of the biggest star, biggest lightning star, brightening star is there. That is continuously will be there in the daytime. Night time it will not, it is not appearing. So everything they have observed in the sky, everything they have observed. And that time they thought that Earth is center of the universe, remaining other thing around, revolving around the Earth. They have thought. We know who said Earth is center of the universe, remaining other planets, the sun are revolving around the sun. Who said? Ptolemy. We know Ptolemy said like that. So in the same way, the people when they came, they wanted to do different experiments on the Earth. So when they got leisure time, they have observed everything. What is going on the sky, in the sky. So everything they have observed. It was nearly 4,000, thousands of years. Human beings came on the earth nearly some years. For thousands of years, when you see that, about 500 years ago, scientists came up with a new understanding. Human beings came on the earth nearly 4.5 billion years. They came. Okay, so here many observations after human beings actually when they came 4.5, that is called as 1.5 billion years. That is called as somewhat years they came, and for 500 years, 5,500 years ago, 500 years ago, scientists started experiments on the earth. 500 years ago, the scientists started experiments on the earth, on the sky, whatever is there, and about 500. That is not a middle of the universe. Earth is they came one understanding. They said that Earth is not in the middle of the universe, in the solar system. Earth is one of the planets, and not only Earth, so many other planets also there. These all are revolving around the sun. They said that these all planets are revolving, planets and asteroids, satellites, whatever. These all are revolving around the sun, they said. Okay, the scientists, they have done so many experiments. They have sent spaceships into the sky. Spaceships, they landed on the moon, they landed on the Mars, and also they sent somewhat satellites to the sun also, to know the whatever nature, whatever characters, everything they wanted to know from the sun also. They sent some satellites to the sun. Parker Solar Probe, one of the satellite which was went to sun. That is it is on the way. It is on the way. That is a Parker Solar Probe. So these all the things they have sent up to sun, space, wherever. So the scientists they developed their knowledge. They wanted to know somewhat whatever is going on in the sky, in the solar system. So here scientists have figured out that there is actually larger groups of stars are there, that is called as galaxy. The scientists they figured that so after lot of experiments, they came to figure that there is some groups of stars are there called galaxy. So many galaxies are there. They came to say that so many galaxies are there. Okay, in that galaxies there is millions of galaxies in the universe. So many galaxies, millions of galaxies. Which is the galaxy which is we know, which is we know solar system, everything. That is they said that 13.7 billion years ago, the Big Bang, which is present our universe, it was started 13.7 billion years ago. Which is our universe, which we are living, our solar system, everything. That universe started 13.7 billion years ago. It is a Big Bang. It is called as a Big Bang. 13.7 billion years ago, our universe started. They have said, our scientists have said like that. 13.7 billion years ago, our universe was started. There is solar system is there, sun is the center of the universe, remaining other planets, earth is the third planet, and we know so many planets, Mercury, Venus, earth, so Mars. Okay, whatever this present there is 8 planets are there. Actually 9 planets. The Pluto was disappear. So 8 planets are there. Those are we know: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Pluto is not there. So these planets we know. So in that planets, Earth is the third planet and it is a perfect place it was situated. And remaining other planets, there is no any living beings or whatever. But in the on the Earth, there is water is there, and living beings are there. Everything is there. Actually, when it was found, it was a shallow land. Later, this all these all changes are appear later. So they wanted to study and study again and again. That's why they spent these spaceships into the sky, into the universe, and they landed on this on the moon. They landed on the Mars. They are trying now to land on the sun. They send Sparker solar probe. It is going on. It is on the way, in the way to reach the sun. So these age experiments are they have done. The sun and the earth are a part of much in the your solar system, in the universe. One of the part in the universe. Okay, whatever they have this, they have given almost experiments on about the earth. So lastly, they have declared that 13.7 billion years ago, 13.7 billion years ago, our universe has started. They said. So actually, the human beings are they came on the earth only. Okay, only they said that the universe, it was started somewhat 13.7 billion years ago, but human beings came on the earth only thousands of years, not millions of years, only thousands of years, somewhat thousands of years. Okay, and 4,000 somewhat years the human beings are there. 500 years ago, 500 years ago only the scientists have done experiments and everything. So this is about our universe, the sun and planetary and the earth. In that we will see that earth as a planetary body. Earth is a planetary body. We will discuss now. So earth is a one of the planetary body. How it is? What about the earth? We will discuss now. Earth as a planetary body. Earth as a planetary body. That is, we will discuss now. Earth as a planetary body. Okay, so here, Earth is third planet. It is rotating itself. We know rotation, Earth rotation, and also it is revolving around the sun. It has one path to revolve around the sun. It has a path. The path is known as orbit. That is called as orbit. The path is known as orbit, Earth orbit. It is a path. One standard path is there around to move around the sun. Standard way to move around the sun. So we know Earth is revolving around the sun. So this is the sun. Earth is revolving around the sun in this way. Like this. So it is we can say an elongated oval path. An elongated oval path. This is the path. The path is known as orbit. Earth's orbit. It is Earth's orbit. On this orbit, the Earth is revolving around the sun. That is called Earth revolution. Already we have discussed it in 8th class. Earth revolution. So when it is revolving around the sun by the speed of wind, the speed is 1,07,200 kilometers speed per hour. 1,07,200 kilometers. This is the speed of Earth revolving around the sun. Earth is revolving itself 6,100 kilometers per hour. That is, we know 6,700 kilometers per hour. That is revolving, rotating rotating itself. Earth rotating itself 6,100 kilometers per hour. But it is 1,07,200 kilometers speed. It is revolving around the Earth, around the sun, revolving around the sun. That is the Earth revolution. Sometimes Earth comes to be closest to the sun. Sometimes Earth goes too farthest to the sun. This is already we know. When it is closest to, actually the distance between Earth and the sun, 150 million square kilometers. 150 million square kilometers. 150 million kilometers. It is, we can say 150 million kilometers. So this is average distance between Earth and the sun. So here the Earth sometimes comes closest to the sun, sometimes farthest to the sun. When it is comes closest to the sun, that time 147 million square kilometers. 147 million square kilometers. When it comes to closest to the sun. When Earth goes farthest to the sun, it is closest. It's closest. So when Earth goes farthest to the sun, that time 152 million square kilometers. So normally 150 million square kilometers, but sometimes Earth comes nearest to the sun. That time 147 million square kilometers. This is called perihelion. We know already, we have discussed in 8th class. Perihelion. When Earth goes farthest to the sun, farthest from the sun, this is called aphelion. This is called aphelion. Earth went farthest from the sun, that is called as aphelion. These things we have discussed. So like this, Earth revolving around the sun, it is taking nearly 365 days. 365 1 by 4 days. It is called as a year. This is also, we know, we have discussed in 8th class. So that's why I don't need to explain again. So this is mainly about Earth as a planetary body. It is revolving around the sun in a different path. The path is a standard path. That is the way. Path means way. That is called as orbit. The Earth orbit. It is like this. So in the Earth orbit, nearly 970 square kilometers, 970 million square kilometers. Earth orbit is length of the Earth orbit, 970 square kilometers, million square kilometers. So okay, whatever. So because of Earth sometimes comes farthest, sometimes comes closest. In this way, seasons are appearing. We know seasons. So that is also we have discussed in 8th class. How seasons are coming occurring. So because of seasons, because of Earth revolution around the sun, seasons are occur. Why? Because it is moving and it is and somewhat bent and moving around the sun. That's why when it is closer, when summer season, when it's very farther, winter season, in the middle rainy season, like that, seasons are occurred. These things also we have discussed in 8th class. So here, my dear students, you have understood about Earth as a planetary body, and now we will discuss about the evolution of Earth. How the Earth was evaluated, how the Earth was originated, how the Earth was formed. Okay, and here the Earth began to form nearly 4.5 billion years ago. 4.5 billion years ago, Earth began to form, and this is mainly we have to understood 4.5 billion years ago, 4.5 billion years ago, Earth began to form. Billion years ago, Earth began to form. How it was formed? In the solar system, Earth that time 4.5 billion years ago, it is a small liquid ball. Small liquid ball, very hot liquid ball. It is because of gravitation of the sun. It is revolving around the sun that time. While it is revolving, it is very hot liquid ball. It is revolving around the sun. Very small liquid ball. Later, some years, gradually years after years, or thousands of million years, somewhat dust particles came close to the earth. It is joined, mixed with earth. Dust particles. Once after another dust particles, dust, whatever, somewhat, whatever is their particles, these all are began to join with earth. When it is began to join with earth, the size of the earth gradually increased. Understood? Wow. First, actually, it is a liquid, small liquid ball in the space, in the solar system, in the universe. While it is revolving around the sun, the small liquid ball, because of earth, sun's gravitation, it is revolving like that. So that time there is some dust particles, somewhat different particles are joined with the earth. Then what happened? The size of the earth increased. When it was increased, which was outer layer of the earth began to cool. When it is began to cool, it was a titan, and it was a biggest one of the planet was formed. That is Earth. So here, dear students, how it is cooled? First example, one of the example we will see, when you are boiling one food item, that is sambar. So when you are boiling, what will happen? We will add so many vegetables in the sambar. When you use so many vegetables, in that vegetables, lighter vegetables will come top of the sambar. Heavier vegetables or heavier ingredients, whatever we have used, that will went on into the bottom of the sambar. Okay, which is the lighter particles, which comes above the that is called substances, whatever that comes top, that will made as a layer, one of the layer, that is cooled down. Heavier particles will go under the top of the water, bottom of the sambar. Okay, so later when you see that topper layer, if you touch, we can touch, there is no hotness, but inner layer will be there, and sambar, when you go inner part, that will be hotter. Another example, when you are boiling the milk, creamy milk comes top of the milk vessel, that will be creamy and tightened. Inner will be hot, that will be creamy and tightened. and also cool. In the same way, when Earth is forming, heavier particles went into the inner part and top layer light particles came in the top of the Earth that was cooled. Inner part is hot. And in that way, the Earth was formed. The lighter above which is the part is crust. We know crust, that is crust. Lighter crust was cooler material and interior, molten interior is there. Molten materials are there in the interior part. So, when your Earth continues to cool, it contracted outer crust wrinkled. When continuous cool down, outer part continuous cool down, it is wrinkled ante wrinkled and uplands, highlands and lowlands are formed. Highlands we can say mountains and lowlands, low areas are there. Those are ocean basins, somewhat lowlands. These lowlands, some billion years after, lot of changes occurred in the atmosphere. Then water formed, rainfall started. Because of rainfall, the low areas, low basins are filled with water and they are formed as oceans. They formed as oceans and seas. Understood? When Earth was formed, Earth topmost layer crust, which is the crust, is wrinkled and cooled and wrinkled, and ups and downs are happened. Up areas are mountains, down areas are filled with water, form as oceans. Like that, it was what? The atmosphere, which is the Earth, consists of different kinds of gases. In the atmosphere, different types of gases are there. First, there is no gases. It consisting of no gases that time, but later different types of gases. Oxygen is also not there, and later somewhat changes are occurred on the Earth's surface crust. There in the ocean water, some living beings are formed. Flora and fauna started. Then oxygen start to came, and because of oxygen, remaining living beings are started on the Earth. So first Earth lack of oxygen. There is no oxygen on the Earth, but later Earth mixed of so many different gases. The rainfall, everything. When the gases are started, when the temperature started, when this rainfall started, the basins are filled with rain and formed as oceans. And this is one half of the long span of the Earth's history. The planet Earth remained barren and lifeless. So many years, one and a half billion years, there is no life on the Earth. 1.5 billion years ago, there is no life on the Earth. It was barren land. Later, somewhat life was started on the Earth. So now we'll see internal structure of the Earth. Have understood? Earth, how the Earth was evaluated, how the Earth was formed, we have discussed. Now we'll see internal structure of the Earth. It is very important part in this chapter. Dear students, observe and listen carefully. Internal structure of the Earth. Very, very important topic. Internal structure of the Earth. Actually, our scientists, they wanted to know what is under the Earth. What is under the Earth? What they are living on the Earth? What is under the Earth? They wanted to know. They have done so many experiments. And they went. They have done drilling. They have sent pumps and pipes, whatever, under the ground, and the human beings are tried to went by digging. That is in the mines only 1.5 kilometer. They went only 1.5 kilometer. Human beings went by mines, through the mines, 1.5 kilometer. Next, they used pipes. The pipes went nearly 6 kilometers. They used pipes they set the pipes in under the ground nearly 3 to 6 kilometers. So almost maximum 3 kilometers we can say. So here, lastly, they by the so many observations they said that the distance from the Earth from center to top, this is Earth. From center to top 6,000 kilometers. They said 6,000 kilometers from center to top. Okay, that is the radius of the Earth. We can say the radius of the Earth or the distance from the center to top 6,000 kilometers. This is Earth's radius. Earth radius. How much? 6,000 kilometers. Earth radius. They said. So here, a lot of observations. They said that Earth internal structure. The Earth made up of three main layers. The Earth is mainly three layers. What are those three layers? Here we will see now. This is the radius. The three layers of the Earth we will see now. The three layers. The first one, crust. The second one, mantle. The third one, core. Earth has three main layers. Those are crust, mantle, core. So the crust, we will see. This is the crust, topmost layer of the Earth. This is the crust. Next, this is mantle, and next this is core. Understood? Crust, this is crust, thickness this is, and mantle this is, core this is. Okay, this is crust, this is mantle, this is core. Okay, see this crust, mantle, core. We'll discuss about the three layers. First layer is that crust, which we are living on this part. This is the topmost layer of the Earth. That is crust. The thickness of crust is 30 to 100 kilometers. 30 to 100 kilometers. The thickness of the crust is 30 to 100 kilometers. Why? Because 30 to 100. Somewhat a small will be there, somewhat big will be there. Here see this 30 kilometers here, minimum 30 kilometers and maximum 100 kilometers. Like this, the depth of the crust. The depth of the crust nearly 30 to 100 kilometers. It is mostly consists of various kinds of rocks. Mostly consists of various kinds of rocks will be there on the crust, which we are living on the crust. And the next layer is that mantle. Mantle, the depth of the mantle 100 to 2,900 kilometers. 100 to 2,900 kilometers. That is the depth of the mantle. So it is nearly total. It has nickel and ferrous. It has nickel and ferrous. Nickel and silica and magnesium. It is consists of silica and magnesium. Silica and magnesium. It has silica and magnesium. Okay, in that, and it is pliable, very pliable, liquid type. It is liquid type. The Earth is floating on the crust. The crust is floating on the mantle. The crust is floating on the mantle. Mantle is liquid type. Next, last one, core. Core is, it is two types. It is also two layers. It consists of two layers: outer core and inner core. Outer core and inner core. Outer core from 2,900 to 5,700 kilometers. 5,700 kilometers. Inner core 5,700 kilometers to 6,100 kilometers. 6,376 kilometers. 6,376 kilometers. 6,376 kilometers. 6,300. This is and the outer core has nickel and ferrous. In outer core, nickel and ferrous will be there, and in inner core, heavy particles, gold, iron, and gold materials will be there in the inner core. Like this, earth crust, earth structure is there. Earth has three layers. The three layers are this, like crust, mantle, core. So how it is like a egg. How the egg will be there? How egg is there? In the egg, outer shell will be there. That is crust. Next, white liquid will be there. That is mantle. And yellow color, that is core. The core, two types. So actually, the percentage, how much crust occupied? 1% only. The crust occupied only 1%. Okay, mantle occupied 16%. Mantle occupied 16%. Sorry, mantle occupied 83% and core occupied 16%. Crust occupied 1%, mantle occupied 83% and core occupied 16%. Like a egg, earth we can say it is like a earth. The crust forms only 1% and the same, and mantle forms only mantle 16% and 83% remaining. Like this, totally highest level will be mantle. So here mantle will be a 16%, core will be 83%. Like this, it was formed. Whatever the earth is mainly like a egg. So the earth crust made up of like a egg. So like this will be there. The earth it is not the same that. So whatever the earth it is not a continuous, it is not a standard. It has so many changes on the earth crust. Always it is changes. So many changes is going on. About that and remaining everything we'll discuss next class. Thank you.